Today I'll be showing you how to change a tire on a 2004 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. One of the first things you'll need to do is we're going to use the front left tire as an example. Depending on where you're at, you'll have a range of tools, but usually you'll have at least a jack and tire iron in your trunk. So I will show you the tools you will need to do something on this, because each car is slightly different. With this one you need at least one extra tool. Usually you could do it with only two. The things you'll be needing are: one, a cross tire iron, which most cars come with depending on what year and model. For mine I will need a flathead, and I'll show you for that later, and a jack. One rated for a good amount, but for this case, this is just one that I got with the car, so this is what I'll be using. The first step on how to get your tire off. So the first thing you'll want to do is, on mine, I have a hubcap. So what you want to do is just take the flathead, get under the edge, and pry. Go to the other side, pry, and that will come right off. So from here, what you want to do is going to take your tire iron, find the size lug that you will need. From here, what you want to do is you're going to break one of the 5 or 4, depending on which kind of car you have, lug nuts. For example, now that I have all 5 lug nuts loosened, let me do a little side note real quick. You want to do it when your car is on the ground still, because one, if you try to do it when it's jacked up, you're gonna start spinning that wheel. So what you want to do is you want to keep it on the ground, so that the way the car is keeping it from turning. Now your next step is to find a suitable jack point. Usually you want to try to find a spot like here, where it's on against this frame. Or where I'm doing it would be right behind the tire in this little corner right here, and begin jacking. Now that the tire is off of the ground about inch, half inch or so, but usually you want to get about an inch or two. Try to get about 2 inches off the ground for the wheel. You'll see why. Now that the car is jacked up, what you want to do is take off all 5 lug nuts. I added a second jack just for extra safety. You'll see, I really don't recommend, I would really recommend using 2 jacks, or at least a jack stand if you can. But now we will remove the lug nut. Remember that each one is hand loosened, so now that you have all 5 off, next part I'll have to show you. It'll be a little complicated, but I'll show you. And a quick tip, so you don't lose your lug nuts, take your hubcap, put them in there. You won't lose them. Now that you have all 5 lug nuts off, what you want to do is put your foot on both sides of the wheel, lift up and off. Now, once you have your tire off, something you can do while you're down here is, if you look right here at your brake pads, see right here, this right here is your brake pad. It's spongy to the touch. Actually, that's not the brake pad. This is, my bad. Yeah. This little gap right here is your brake pad for your front or your back, your where the fuck is that going? Oh, your rear and your front. Okay, now that you have your tire off, we're going to put it back on. You basically do the reverse order, so I'll show you how to get the tire back on. Sometimes the tires can be heavy or light. In this case, these are all steel, so they're pretty heavy. First, you want to roll your wheel into place. Put your foot under it and walk it. Now what you're going to do is rotate them so that the holes can get onto the studs. Once your wheel is on, you're going to take your lug nuts and put them on and tighten them down hand tight. Make sure not to cross fit. If they fighting going on, back them out, try again. Lugs are on. What you want to do is lower. You would really just need to lower this one, but you lower this one first because this one is supporting basically no weight. Then you lower the one that's supporting the main car. And a quick tip is when you're doing this, make sure you do it to the point that the tire is being pushed all the way down, and you might want to actually take the tire iron and make sure, see how there's a little movement? You don't want that. You want to get it down as far as it'll go. See? Now. And there's a little movement still. Just continue doing that until there's basically zero movement. One jack gone. The second one. I'll show you how to do this. Take out the stick on this case. Put it on to this little valve nut, I don't know what you would call it, and twist to the left slowly. Till it's all the way down. Tighten it back up. And pull the jack. Now that the car is on the ground, what you want to do is you want to tighten the lug nuts in a star pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keep going down like that until they won't budge anymore. Example is like this. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Back around. Crap. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. One more time. 1. 2. 3. That was not good. 4. And now all you do. Once again. Just that. There we go. Now, take your hubcap. Orientate it the right way. Yeah. And that is how you change a tire on a 2004 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor.